Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. My name is Adam and welcome to the fish room. So today I get to show you guys some new fish I got about 2 weeks ago. And they might leave you a little head scratching like, what? That's okay though. But I also want to show you guys how I move some things around a little bit here in the fish room. I guess I could say I played fish tank Jenga, I guess. I had that Delhezi Bichir I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. Well, I moved it around with something else and I'll show you some of that. But with that being said, let's turn this camera around and I'll start to show you some of these fish that I got. So first things first, we're looking at the rainbow shiner tank. Sorry for the glare, but I got some new fish in here. Now, I was at a local fish shop in a town north of me, which I've never been to this shop before. I knew the store was there, but I had never gone in. It's not really just a fish shop. It's just a pet store that has all different pets, small animals, mammals, birds, but it also has fish and saltwater. But I'd never been in there, and my wife got me a gift card for Father's Day, so I went in there with my son, and lo and behold, I was really surprised at the type of fish they had and really the cost. They have excellent prices for a lot of their fish, so I was pleasantly surprised. So with this tank, I got 3 new inhabitants. I can't see them out right now, unfortunately. I got some Hillstream loaches in here, guys. I got about 3 of them. They like to hide within these rocks. I had just seen one in between this little crevice in here. I don't see him now, so what I will do is I will put some B-roll footage in here of them. But these things are very cool. Like I said, I got these at a really cool price, and I'm really excited, and I want to get more of them. I find them to be really cool. I just always loved Hillstream loaches. They look like the little mini mix between a stingray and a pleco. And they've really been cleaning these rocks on here as well, which has been very cool. And I'm really excited to get more in here, and it'd be great if I could get them to breed. That would be awesome. Here's one right now, sort of on the underneath side of that rock. You can see his tail. So there's one there. Like I said, I got 3 of them. I got a bigger one, a smaller one, and a medium-sized one. Really, then the girls tried to get him out of the tank because she was a new girl, and I said, I'm sorry for having to get these guys out. She had no idea what she was in for. She had to get the seasoned other employee to help get them out, because if you ever try to get Hillstream loaches out of a tank, it is not easy. So Hillstream loaches are the new inhabitants in this rainbow shiner tank, which I'm very excited for. But also, before I get to some other fish, we can pop down here to this 29 gallon. And yes, I have the axolotl in here now. This was part of that fish tank Jenga I was talking about, because this is where I was housing that Delhezi Bichir, which I knew was not going to be the long-term home for it, but it was temporary while I figured something out. And this was something that I was thinking about, is putting the axolotl in here. Now the axolotl was in that 65 gallon tank, and the floor plan is a decent size for the axolotl, but that swimming room, everything in that tank is something that it does not utilize. And doing some research, it kind of looked like a 29 was a bare minimum for an adult axolotl. So I talked to the daughter, because this is my daughter's fish, and she said she wanted to put it in here, and she wanted to try bare bottom, and so I did it with all these Anibius, and we'll see how this goes. I just got the double sponge filter in here right now, but yeah, so far he seems happy. He doesn't really do much anyway. He comes out at night when I feed. He comes out and scarfs it up, and that's about it. But where did I put that Delhezi Bichir? By the way, Bichir, Biker, however you want to pronounce it. Kind of had a funny kind of online conversation with someone, and yes, I think the correct way to pronounce it, if I looked it up right, is Bichir. I've heard people call them Bichers or Bikers. I always call them Bichers, and that's just the way that I'm going to call them. Anyway, so what else did I do? Well, I did something over here. All right, I threw a little bit of food in here, and we'll see if I can bait the other inhabitant out so you guys can see it. this guy does not like frozen baby brine shrimp. I found he only likes the aquarium co-op pellets. So that's what I've been feeding. All the inhabitants love it. The Bichir up there, like I said, he comes out when I feed as well, typically. And then the other one, which hopefully it'll come out soon so I can show you, otherwise I will just tell you. But yeah, anyway, this tank, I really love the way that it came out. I was really looking for a lot of structure in caves and areas for the fish to be able to hide in. And that's what I was kind of going with this. I wanted it to be similar as that 29 gallon. Now, again, with these two guys, these two green tears, I really only plan on keeping one. I want a male. I think that's the male. I think that's the female. A female, I really want just one male because I don't want breeding in here because that's going to cause chaos for the other inhabitants, and that's not something I want. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's a female, but time will tell here. If I can keep them together without having too much aggression, I will keep them in here for as long as I can till I can really definitely find out one way or the other. And then the other one, I don't know. I'll either rehome it or I will test it out with my Fahaka. I don't know for sure yet, though, to be honest with you. One or the other, though. But the Bichir, green terror, and the other inhabitant, which I don't know where it is. Usually it comes out when I feed. It's known to be an escape artist, which is why I have the water level down a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to have to put some footage in there. But I got a Tire Track Eel, and it's tiny. It's about the same size as my Bichir. And that's probably one of my favorite fish that I've gotten recently because I love the green tears. The Bichir is freaking awesome. But this eel, it's like I was at that local fish store and they had the Hillstream loaches and they had the eels and they had a bunch of other fish, but I was just like, oh my gosh, I really want this eel. It's so cool. I'm like, no, let's just be smart. Let's get some more Hillstream loaches. Then my son kind of was like, well, you know you want it. Why don't you just get it? And I was like, okay. So I got it. So then at first, obviously, it was just going to be the Bichir and the eel that I was planning on putting here. Then I saw the green tears. Then again, I'm like, ugh, I really shouldn't, but I am. Okay, so let's talk a little bit, I guess, long-term future for these guys in tanks. Now, some people are probably going to say, oh my gosh, man, like this is too small of a tank for all of them. I know. This is not a permanent home. This is an upgrade to make it a little bit of a longer term home for a little while till they get a little bigger. And then I will figure things out. It gives me a little bit of time. And there's the eel. Hang on. I see it finally right there in the weeds. Hopefully it'll come out and you can see it a little better. But anyway, I've always wanted to get a 125 or 150 gallon tank, and that's going to be my next goal, to get a bigger tank. And I'm going to put it on my wall where I had the rack of all those fish taken, or tanks taken down, where I keep my computer and stuff like that now. So that'll be the long-term goal, is to get a bigger tank in there to make it my predator tank with my green terror, my Bichir, and my eel, or a couple of them and whichever. But that's the long-term goal. Now, I absolutely love watching these fish. Now, the eel isn't out and about right now. Truth be told, it is like 4:30 in the morning here. I just turned the lights on. I did wait about like 15 minutes to see if the fish would wake up a little bit. Obviously, the eel seems to be a sleepyhead and is like hanging out there. It's probably finding food is what's going on. The Bichir is just cool. It's just fun watching them. That eel, like I said, it is like a little slippery thing that just goes all over the place, like hovering around, sneaking through rocks, watching them eat. It was really cool when I first had them in that 29 gallon tank when I first got them. It was hiding in it lived in the heater. It would stay in there and whenever I would feed, it would stick its head out and try to come out to get food, so I had to kind of target feed because it was scared to come out, but it's getting a little more bold now. But so you can see the fish are all trying to eat this food right now, and I just really love them. And like I said, this was always one of my favorite fish I ever kept, was the green terror, those ornate bichers. So I couldn't say no to them because it was something that I've always wanted again. It was ones that I wish I'd never got rid of. Like I said, I used to have 2 ornate bichers that were about a foot long. I grew them from babies, like the same size as this Delhezi. And the green terrors as well. I had gold psalm. Sorry. See, I don't know why they're marketed as green terrors when they're truly gold psalms. Gold psalms got the orange around the back fins and tail, or green terrors have white, but they're always marketed as green terrors when they're truly gold psalms. So that's technically what I have. Well, some of them had white tips. So in the tank that I seen at Petco here, where these look more orange now, but it's hard to say for sure until they get a little bigger and their fins grow back a little better. So I'm excited to really show you guys the journey with these guys and show you more about what they are and how I'm going to do what I'm going to do with them. Really checking out these green terrors and seeing really is it a male, is it a female? So I want my cool big male green terror back. And then growing out this bichir and this eel together. They seem pretty compatible right now. We'll see as things get bigger. Here's Mr. Bichir yet, which is cool because he's so small. He still has his gills. Now they eventually will lose those gills. When they're younger, they keep them, and then they will fall off as they get a little bigger, which is very cool too. But anyway, yeah, because that eel apparently is a escape artist as well, which I was reading about. So this tank only had the egg crate up top, which I wound up getting some of that acrylic material and that you would use for light fixtures. And I cut it over the top of the egg crate and zip tied it on, so at least I had a little bit of some kind of security with dropping the water a little bit, just so it can't get out. Until it gets a little bigger, then I don't got to worry so much. Then that egg crate alone should be enough. But yeah, this is the new fish. This is the fish Jenga, fish tank Jenga. I'm going to see how it goes. I have to keep a close eye on these green terrors and that one that's been chasing around and kind of keeping his own little territory in the back, because I don't want him to hurt my potential guy up here. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, I really hoped you enjoyed this little walkabout here. I plan on doing a full fish room tour probably in the next couple months. I might wait until it gets to be closer to fall when I start to bring my bonsais in the house, the ones that are tropical, and I can show you what I'm going to do all with that. I do appreciate the support from people that are watching my bonsai videos and stuff like that I put out. Like I said, that's another passion of mine with the fish hobby, and I am thinking of maybe this winter creating something that can integrate both of them together, maybe like a pelletarium where I can put a bonsai in it with fish. That might be kind of interesting as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I hope to see you again next time here at Patty's Aquatics.